Good morning, Darcizzle Nation.
Good morning, guys.
We're doing Darcy's favorite thing, lobstering.
Yes, I hardly got any sleep last night. Super excited. We're already out on the water. We didn't film earlier because it's pitch black. The sun just came out, but I'm excited. I am in my home waters where my fishing adventures began. So we're almost to the spot, and it's time to get lobstering.
Let's go. Let's go.
We gotta go. All right, y'all, we are in my home waters. This is where I grew up. It's a it's just shocking to be here again without my family, but you know what? I'm gonna make them all proud right now, jump in the water and get some lobsters. They already caught some next to us. Let's go.
All right, guys, so we're lobstering, and as the driver, if you don't have any specific spots, you got to cover ground, and so we're dragging them behind the boat, just in neutral, behind some ropes, which is a pretty common lobster technique. And then when they see a lobster, they drop off and they catch it and bring it to the boat, and then we keep going. And that's how you cover some ground and look for structure and rocks and whatever else they're trying to do. So just get started, waiting for that first lobster.
Oh my God. You're sitting on a huge hole. Oh my God. Get it, take it.
All right, nice job, Darcizzle. And then when Darcizzle gets the lobster in the boat, I just double check on measuring it. And you can see here with this little measuring device, you put it between the eyes, and as long as it's this top portion of the shell is smaller than your gauge, then you're all set.
I think I want to swim this area
Okay.
and check it out. What? I want to swim this area and check it out. Okay. All right, y'all, I just got out of the water. I've been in the water a solid 2 hours looking for lobsters, and so far we have 3 out of 4. I had to throw one back, which is not bad, and they're kind of sitting in the grass today, which is really weird. You usually find them in the structures. Look up, they're in the video. So pretty cool, and pretty neat to find them in the grass like that. And I think I have a little bit of my dad's luck on my side today, but again, just really cool to be back here in the waters I grew up. This is where I was 3 years old, these exact waters right here. So pretty cool to come back here, yearly tradition, and I'm just taking a little bit of a break, jumping back in the water. We gotta get more bugs on the boat because we got 3 in here. All right, folks, we are wrapping up our day lobstering. It was awesome to get back down here again, because like I said, the last time we did this was like 5 or 6 years ago with my dad, and as you know, my dad has since passed, but he was definitely with us on the water today. We caught a total of 8 keeper lobster, and as you saw me doing underwater, you know, it's simple here catching our Florida spiny lobsters since they don't have claws, and all you use is this fancy tickle stick. They don't like this metal touching their tail, so you just tap them out of holes and basically they just walk forward, and then you take your net. But the key to success with this net is that you actually put it behind their tail, and then you lay it back down on top of them because they flip backwards. And that's pretty simple. That's the gist of it. That's how you catch them. Some of them were laying in the grass, and all I got to do is just scoop them up. But right now we got them in our live well, and they're just chilling, hanging out. But would have been nice to get a limit, but you know what? At the same time, we got a decent, awesome dinner for all 3 of us. So no complaints here.
Well, actually, Darcy got her limit, and I can't see the damn things. And I don't think Frank's saw very many either. When they're in the grass, I can't spot them. Darcy.
Lobster gang.
Yeah, she's missing a lot, which was her family, the kids. Yeah, she sees them like an eagle. I gotta see them if they're under something where they should be. I see them, but
yeah, and I was also using this awesome weight belt to help me get me down in the water, especially when I'm trying to stay down there and I'm trying to actually capture a lobster. I start to float back up to the top. So with these little bit of weights on, I got 5 pounds of weight on it. It helps me stay on the bottom. Yeah.
So. You all know I sink like a stone because I'm all muscle.
I just keep floating right back up.
Of course, Pete.
Frank's my man.
We are back at the house, and it's another glorious day here in South Florida. We were whipped yesterday. We got up at 3 a.m. and we had over a 12-hour work day. But you know what? Well worth it for these delicious lobster. So we're gonna just dive right into this. I'm gonna be showing you 2 different methods on how to clean Florida spiny lobster, also known as Caribbean lobster, or even crawfish or crayfish, however the heck you wanna say it. I wanna show you really quick too, the difference between a male and a female lobster. And right here in the tail section, what you eat, this is a female. This is how she carries her egg sacs. These little clasper things hold the eggs right here in her tail. And of course, you're not allowed to keep females with bearing eggs. This is a male. Male doesn't have those little claspers. So that's the difference between the two. Pretty cool. We'd always check that when we get home growing up to see how many girls and boy lobsters we caught. All right, so I'm gonna show you the 2 different methods, like I said, and one is gonna give us about 10% more yield on these. And of course you can use gloves. I'm gonna be hardcore today and not use gloves. But so the first one, which is a traditional way of cleaning a lobster, how most people do it down here in Florida, is you hold on to the carapace, hold on to the tail, and you just basically turn, pull, and twist at the same time to rip that open. I just gotta be careful with all these points. Just like so. And there you go. You got your delicious piece of lobster right there. Pretty simple. And you can see there's a little bit of meat in there, but if you got a lot of lobsters to do, that's no big deal. You just want to bang it out and get done with it quickly. Last thing you got to do with cleaning the lobster tail, and of course Brian will prep it in the house for us, but you go through the anal opening right here, take a piece of the antenna, which I already have broken off, and the spines are reversed here. So what you want to do is go through there. Well, actually the barbs are reversed. Give it a twist, and then pull out the intestinal tract, the lobster poop tract, all that nasty stuff you don't want to eat. And that's going to go in our bucket here. And don't worry, of course you can eat these knuckles here and eat the inside of the head and all that great stuff. You can even eat the legs, you can cook those up. There's not a whole lot of meat, and that's not the biggest lobster in the world, so we're not going to do that today. But this is not going to waste. This is going to be the best stone crab trap bait ever in the world. So I'm going to keep these bad boys and use them in my stone crab traps in a couple days. Brian's shaking his head. In a couple months. Brian doesn't like that idea. Sorry about the helicopter. Okay, next step here, I'm going to show you a different method. You can see we got a good amount of meat there, but there was still some meat in the head. So what we're going to do here is I'm taking my fillet knife, and there's a little tab between the last leg here. So what you want to do is take your knife, and I'm using a 7-inch knife today, and you see how my knife just inserted right through there? Give it a good push and cut right through there. And you can do the same thing on the other side.
go right between the carapace and get it, your knife exposed to the back section. There's a little tab right there on the last leg that you want to break. Just like that. Now, hold your tail down and lift gently on the top of the carapace and separate it, just like so. You see that? See all the internals and the guts and all that good stuff? Turn your lobster around, and there's a membrane right here that's connecting the tail to the rest of the body. So you can rip this with your fingers or with your knife, whatever works for you. I'll just do it with my knife to show you where that membrane is. Right there. It's a very thin membrane. You do that, hold onto your lobster tail, and pull. Now, we got about 10% more yield on that lobster tail. You see how much more meat is hanging out of there? Just pull out these internal guts. I'll show you the difference here in just a second. But you can see right here that we got a decent amount more meat off that lobster. You can see on the top part, we got all that delicious head meat. And here it was wasted inside the carapace. So, and I'll show you again the difference of doing it like so. So pretty cool. Same exact simple steps, except you just gotta break it and take a little more time to separate the two pieces of the carapace, and you can get that much more meat out of your lobster. So pretty cool. Actually just learned that recently, and you can definitely see the difference. I mean, that's a difference, good difference of meat there. So just take your time with it, and you'll, get as much yield as possible out of that lobster. All right, so that is how you clean a Florida spiny lobster. And I'm gonna finish up the rest of these bad boys and then meet you in the house for the cooking with put-in portion of this video. And if you guys are interested in the knives I just used, I'm gonna link all that information down in the description below. You can save 15% on your purchase plus free shipping. Doesn't get much better than that.
Great job cleaning those lobsters, Darcizzle. A lot of people have not seen how you do it the extra way that gets you extra 10%. So I think that was a really great tip for everybody. But welcome, guys, to another edition of Cooking with Puddin', and of course today we are cooking lobster. And I've actually done it two ways for you. Have you guys ever heard of fried lobster? Well, I was thinking, I never heard of it either, so I decided to fry some. So I did a pretty standard fry. First, I just took one lobster tail and I cut it in 5 pieces, as you can see in a little bit of B-roll. And I did the standard flour, half and half, and then into a mixture of crunchy panko and this great Dano's seasoning that these Danos folks, they just called us up and said, hey, you want to try our seasoning? And I said, yes, okay. So we got a link for that down in the description. If you want to try this Dano seasoning, everyone's using it. And then I fried them up, and I'm actually cooking some more right now. And I just made like little lobster bites. And I had some before, and they're really quite delicious. And the coating came out really good with the Danos. I like the Danos, so whatever. And then, of course, we also want to do some traditional ways. Now, you can do all kinds of stuff with these. You can boil them. And we've done that before, and I'll put that video link right up here. This is about our 5th lobster video, I think, 4th or 5th. So Darcy's been doing this a long time, and so has the channel. And then we've also done it on the barbecue, and there's a link for that video too. But I decided to broil them because that is a very popular way, and I gotta take these right off the oven. Okay, so to broil them, first you gotta prepare the lobsters. All right, so opening these shells is, not the hardest part, but you stick your knife in there. It's a Smith's knife, of course, and use a little elbow grease, split the shell, then you can split it. You can cook it just like that, or you can pull it out, get your hands a little dirty, pull it out, do a little nicer presentation, just like that, put it on the broiler. All right, now I'm just gonna put that in the broiler. I got the thing about 10 inches below or a foot below the broiler, got it on high, and there you go. Now over here, this is Darcy's favorite part, is he's doing this drawn butter. It's almost like, it's like in a double boiler. There's water here in this little thing, and then this is gonna melt really nice, and then she's gonna skim off the top, and that is called some sort of special butter. What's that called, Darcizzle?
Clarified butter. Clarified
butter, that's the way to do butter. All right, so I got those in the oven, and I cooked for about 5 minutes on broil, and then I put some butter on them and put them back in, and they're just about done now. But I wanted to give a shout out. I gotta open the mail. We get so much mail, I gotta open it. So today we got a bunch of stuff, nice sweatshirt and some other gear from fishingmagiciancharters.com up in Wisconsin. So I'm not sure this is gonna fit me, but it's gonna look cute no matter what. And some other shirts and a hat. Anyway, so these tails are ready. Took a look at these. Look at that. So look at close on that. That's some good stuff. Let's take over the table for a delicious lobster meal. All right, Darcizzle, it tastes like lovely, delicious lobster.
Let's do it.
I'll tell you, the drawn butter makes a little bit of a difference.
It definitely does.
That's the only way to do it when you have lobster. That's the only way we did it growing up.
So
Yeah.
gotta follow my dad's ways of cooking these.
Couldn't think of anything better to wash it down with than a land shark. So guys, you know, just in keeping with our principles here, trying to keep things simple for you and delicious.
Broiling was pretty good. I've never really had lobster like that before.
Oh, really?
It's very yummy. Very yummy. Gotta dip it in the clarified butter and wash it down with the land shark lager. And the Danos is not bad.
No, it's pretty
really good.
What did you think about the fried lobster, real quick?
Yummy.
Yeah, I mean, if you have a lot of lobster, try that. But otherwise, you know, you want to keep your lobster just a little butter and broiled or barbecued.
That is yummy. It's got a nice crunch to it. I think it's doing a little bit of a disservice to a lobster. I don't know. Go ahead and comment down below what you think. But I think it's delicious. I think that was a good try to at least try that and have two different kinds. But we are spoiled rotten today, and just really just thinking about like how blessed we truly are to go out there and do this and catch our own fresh seafood. And I know a lot of you guys don't ever get to do this, so it's just really special. So thank you guys for watching.
Yeah. Thanks so much for watching.
Seriously.
Check out Darcy's website for all the bracelets and the 8x10s and the silver necklaces and everything.
I got spiny lobster necklaces.
Awesome. There you go.
Whoop, whoop.
And so until next time, ladies and gentlemen,
Follow your dream
and keep on catching.